Okay, as you know, the last couple clips there showed that my video camera had finally given up the ghost, and no reason why I couldn't use my phone camera, I suppose, and that's what I'm using now. There might be less wind noise. I know there's potentially a very high upgrade in video quality, hopefully sound as well. I've yet to test it, trying to zoom in on something small. This might be my opportunity here. I'm back at the old school site that I visited the past couple of times that I've been out and got some old coins. But this item here is something more typical of what you'll find in a schoolyard. Never anything really valuable, but I'll show you here. This is just a tiny little ring, a heart ring. Don't even think it's silver necessarily, although it might be. Don't know how much of this you're seeing. I haven't quite figured out how to flip the flip it over yet, but there it is, tiny little heart ring, and I hope you can see that. It feels fairly heavy, so who knows, maybe it is, maybe it's got some silver content. I didn't bring my little magnifying glass out with me today, so I wouldn't be able to see if it's got anything inscribed in the inside, but I'll check it out, and we'll show you when we get home. Now I'll also show you the area that I'm digging in. Look at these huge old trees. I mean, they've been around forever, and lots of acreage. I haven't even touched this area yet, so lots of digging. I could probably spend the rest of the summer out here, which is about a 15 or 20 minute drive from where I live, so pretty handy. I might ask a few people to come and collaborate, just because there's so much stuff here and so much space. So I'll keep you posted. Well, you can tell I'm hunting in a place where there's been a lot of kids over the years, if this is what I think it is. Looks like a very tiny little ring. It's got some weight to it. Don't think that's gold. Looks like it might be an old mood ring or something like that. It's got some nice patina on the inside, which means it's probably copper. But my second ring of the day. Hopefully the next one will be gold. It's got some history to it. This one has. It was down about 4 inches, so yep, love to know the story behind it. Catch you on the next one. Quite by accident, I swung over a hole that I already dug and got a 73-75 signal. I think I got my third ring of the day. Again, very tiny. And that's okay, because if it's small, it could be either silver or gold. You might be able to see if there's anything on the inside of it there. I can't. It's not particularly heavy for its size, but there might be a hallmark in there or something. Yeah, I think I see something there. Third ring of the day, and again, very tiny. It barely, barely fits on my pinky finger. That's okay, I'll take it. I think that's a record for rings in one day. I'll keep going. Got a nice little fancy button. I don't know why they're pronounced buttons now instead of buttons, but very tiny. You can probably make out what's on the front there. I don't think it's anything too important. Just judging from the back of it, I wouldn't say it's a silver button by any means, but it's still a button. I like finding buttons. On to the next one. Okay, this is a new day, new session. Been out here probably for hour and a half, 2 hours. All I've been getting is coins, like pennies. Some of them might be old, but certainly no older than 1920, because they're all small cents, no large cents today. Sometimes I don't think I have any cents at all. But I've just found what looks like a pin of some kind in this hole. My first really interesting find of today. I really don't know what it is. Looks like a star of some kind, but definitely a pin. It's down maybe 3 inches. So take that home and clean it up, see what it is. Another interesting artifact. Catch you on the next one. Alright, so what could be the most important find of the day, and I chopped it in 3 pieces, This ground is like concrete. So in my efforts to dig this somewhat questionable signal, I really was aggressive and came up with this. There is writing around the outside of it. Looks like some kind of an award, medal. It's not solid metal, but it does have words around the outside. I wouldn't be surprised if it's got somebody's name etched in it somewhere as well. It's got a back and a front. You can see what I did with it here. Just gutted about that. There's a hole in it there where somebody put a chain through or something to wear it around their neck, I suppose, but that's one of those things. I'm really disappointed, but in another way, I'm anxious to get home and see what this really is and what it says. Didn't do much in terms of looking at it, but maybe you can see some of the words there. A medal. Never found a medal before like this. And now I go and bust it up. Oh well. We'll see what it is when I get home. Well, it's early on a Saturday morning. 24 degrees Celsius. It's going to rain later on, so I wanted to get out early today. I see a lot of guys getting in their cars to go golfing, so they're going to drop a couple $100 today and end up getting really frustrated. I'm going to go find some treasure and come home happy. I prefer my hobby, and it keeps me in shape as well, somewhat. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's see what we get, and I'll see you on the first hole. This is one of the longest droughts I've been on without finding anything good here at this location. I did find a 1941 Wheatie there, but also found probably 30 modern pennies and not much else. And then I found this. I don't think it's really that important. I'll show it to you in the next clip. I wouldn't call this a significant find, really, but it's better than modern pennies as well. And it's an old key, not exactly a skeleton key or anything like that, but that was down a good 6 inches. Not sure what it was from or anything. If it says anything on it, I'll let you know in the wrap-up. There you go. Hello, it's early on a Sunday morning. It's already 27 degrees Celsius, very humid. So I don't know if I'll be out much past noon today. But I got an invitation, a permission on an old property in Acton. It's one of the original lots going back over 150 years. It's a residence. Don't know how much dirt they've got. The house is right up close to the street at the front. But they seem to have a little bit of acreage at the back. I expect to find a lot of iron, a lot of scrap. But you never know, there might be 1 or 2 treasures in there. The people seem really friendly. And we'll go and try and have some fun at least. And if we come up with something, it'll be a bonus. So I'll let you in on what I find. Okay, I'm here at that property in Acton that goes well over 150 years. Jen, you haven't been here since that long, though, have you?
I've been here 5 years.
Okay, so the 150 years, that exceeds you by 145. Okay, and yeah, I'm still getting used to this phone here, so sorry about that. I'm going to turn you around here and show you the property. So yeah, we got probably a good ½ acre here. And we're going to swing the coil and see what we can find. I do expect a lot of iron, a lot of nuts and bolts and what have you in this type of property, but it goes well over, like I said, 150 years. And has it always been used as a residence, Jen?
Yes.
So ever since you've been here 5 years, and you don't know who the previous owners were?
It originally was owned by a stonemason.
Oh, okay.
Who unfortunately contracted disease and got paralyzed, so I'm guessing polio.
Oh dear.
And then it was the Kennedy family, but not the Georgetown.
Oh, not the Kennedy family.
No,
okay.
But they were famous in town. And actually, one of the gentlemen who works next door's grandparents owned it for quite some time.
Okay, so you know a little bit about the history.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see about with the stonework up there just how old this house really is.
It just got put on the registry for a story.
It did. Okay. Yeah, these are the kind of places I like to dig in. So I've been given full carte blanche to go ahead and dig this property, and we'll show you what we get. We're teaching some dogs how to dig holes here and sniff out the metal, but it's not quite working. This guy, he's as cute as a button, but not very cooperative. Go ahead, dig that hole. Dig that hole. No. He's just curious, but doesn't want to get his hands dirty. Very cute dogs. And what breed did you say they were?
Shetland sheepdogs.
Shetland sheepdogs. Yep. Pretty smart animals from what I understand. Very cute. Very cute.
There he goes.
Yeah, yeah.
Nope.
Now, if there was a big old bone down there, you might be more interested. Go ahead there, Jen. We're going to do a live dig here. It's not a... What you're not getting the signal of the shovel. There you go. Okay. I'm not sure what this is. Might not be in much other than a bottle cap.
It is.
That's what we got.
And it is.
Jen checks out every bottle cap just to see what the brand is.
Molson.
Molson. Okay.
Or Molson. Okay, let's just make sure it's not.
Yeah, it might be something else there.
No.
No, bottle cap. It was coming in partially in the 60s, but then it shot up into the 80s, so I should have known it wasn't anything really good, but sometimes you get two different objects in the same hole, giving you two different signals. So okay, here's our little roundup at Jen's place. Nothing tremendously exciting, but we had a lot of fun. We got an old lamp with a built-in battery there. They usually don't come with batteries.
Must be
This old plumbing or gas fitting. I think it might be a gas fitting.
plumbing.
You sure?
It's a hose splitter.
Oh, yeah, but with this device, this little valve.
Yeah, I have one right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hose splitter. And an old piece of aluminum that rang up like crazy on the detector. And not sure what that was used for, but there it is. Some other odds and ends. Oh, yeah, this big old piece of iron here. Any guesses or any comments would be appreciated. It's heavy gauge, probably weighs 1.5 pounds. I thought it was a blade of some kind when we first dug it up, but it's obviously broken off of something else. So cast iron. A few nice little pieces of glass and porcelain right there, which shows some age to the ground for sure. We've got your, well, we couldn't end the hunt without a pull tab, and that there is a car part, electrical. Right there. We've got some kind of an old hinge there, an iron hinge. We're not sure what this is. It's very light aluminum. Could have been a seal of some kind around a jar cap, I guess. I don't know. We've got a collection of bottle caps here, which you find everywhere you go, it seems. And this here is horse tack. And you're saying, Jen, what does this...
It's for a halter.
It's a halter, okay, or for a halter or a bridle. You get 2 pieces of leather attached to this at least, right?
Yeah, it's a joint.
Okay, perfect. And I was thinking that this might be brass, but it's corroded enough to be iron, so probably not much more than 100 years old. But they used to make them out of brass anyway. We're affectionately calling this our meteorite. It's actually a squished up ball of aluminum foil. I don't know who did that or why, but it sure had us going.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, it was pretty deep too. So it's old tin foil. What else?
The bullet.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, we got a head casing here from a 12 gauge shotgun. I believe it's 12 gauge, might be 10. But that's what that is, and can't even tell if it was fired or not, but probably was. So who was using a shotgun out here in Jen's backyard? Who knows? It was before her time anyway. Not sure what that is. Could be, I was going to say a concave button, but it just doesn't seem right to be a button. And then just another little piece of lead, we believe, is a fired pellet. Heavy enough to be lead, so there you go. And then just our assortment of nails. And
you got 48,
a 1948 penny,
1960,
a 1960 penny,
1961,
and a 1961 nickel. So that's our finds for today, and had a lot of fun. Thank you, Jen, so much for inviting me
You're
along.
very welcome.
And if you happen to come across anything else that I missed, let me know.
Or if I dig deeper,
Yeah.
you're welcome back.
Or if you're ever doing any excavation or landscaping,
Yeah.
I would consider it a pleasure to come back and hunt again on this old property.
Yeah.
A lot of iron. They're right next door to a car garage. But yeah, just a lot of iron has accumulated here over the years. But we did manage to find a few treasures. So that's the point. Okay, not a whole lot to show you this week, but some interesting things. Had my best ring day ever. 3 rings in the same afternoon in roughly the same place, including probably a 1970s mood ring. It's very small, worn by a young child, and back in the day, the mood rings were a little bit of a novelty, I guess. It was supposed to be able to tell what mood you were in, because it changed colors depending on the temperature it was exposed to, etc., etc. So I believe that's what that is. There's nothing written on the inside of this ring, but it is a cool find. It's quite heavy too for its size. This one here, I believe, is just stainless steel. There's no markings on the inside. It might have had a silver wash on it at one point, but again, very small ring. You can see there it doesn't even fit on my pinky finger. This one here is unbelievably tiny. Whoever last wore this had it downsized significantly from its original size. You can see how the band overlaps there, and it's soldered together. It does say 925 on the inside, so it is silver. It's got a pretty little design on this heart on the front. Not sure what it's supposed to mean, but yeah, it's got some age to it. I'd love to know the history and the story behind this ring. It would be great to return it to whoever lost it, but probably not going to happen. My spendables for the week is only $2.20, bringing up my total for the year to $96.60. Includes a loonie, 3 quarters, 2 dimes, 3 nickels, including the 1961 nickel that I found at Jen's place, and it's a 12-sided nickel, which is a very Canadian sort of thing, and yeah, very significant. I think it's in pretty good shape as well. So there's that. And my most significant coin find of the week is this 1941 Wheatie. It's in pretty good shape. Didn't clean it too much, but it's not a key date, so it's not extremely valuable or anything like that, but still nice to find. I love finding older American coins. And this big huge medallion here that I found, I think it might be a scout award or recognition for something. It's got a hole on this side of it, which implies that it was hanging from a chain or something at one point. But it's got different words on it, such as respect, initiative, courage, responsibility, honesty. What else? Perseverance, fairness, optimism. And then in the middle, you can barely see it, it says character qualities. So I thought that was pretty neat. It was found not too far from a hut that was used, or is still being used by Boy Scouts, and has been used for many, many years. So that may have been what it was, just a recognition for someone's character qualities. Regular pennies that I found, modern day pennies, 46 of them this week. They'll go into the big penny bucket and add to the total there. Other flim-flam and different things that I found are here. A couple washers. This pin here, I'm not sure what it is. It's shaped like a 6-pointed star, but this part of it's not metal. It's plastic or something. So it's fairly modern. And this little thing here, I didn't show this on video, but this is a tiny little compass that actually works. It's got a little staining on the inside. I'm not going to take it apart to clean it, but that's what it is. It might have been out of a Cracker Jack box or something. So really, really tiny little compass, which is really, really cool. A hairpiece, and that's it for this week in terms of the finds. So hope you enjoyed that and found it interesting. All of these things, yeah, have just been found by a metal detector, and you could do it too if you had one. So if you want to get out together to metal detect, let me know. I'll be happy to join you. Catch you again next week, and thanks for watching.